All right, today we're going to peek behind the curtain at the incredible invisible system that gets pretty much everything you own into your hands. We're talking about the hidden world of modern logistics.
You know the drill, right? You click buy, and then, almost like magic, a box just appears at your door, sometimes in less than 24 hours. I mean, how is that even possible? Well, the answer isn't just a big building full of stuff. It's something way more intelligent and dynamic.
For years, we've just called these places warehouses. But that's kind of like calling your smartphone a telephone. It just misses the point. A warehouse is passive. Its whole job is just long-term storage. But a modern logistics center? Oh, it's all about active, rapid movement. It's a symphony of flow and data, and it was born from our demands for everything now.
So, what's really behind this huge shift? Let's be clear, it is way more than just a name change. It's a complete evolution in how things get from A to B, and it's all driven by our need for speed. Think of a logistics center less like a dusty old storage closet and more like Grand Central Station, but for products. It's this buzzing central hub where stuff is collected from all the suppliers, it's processed, and then it's sent right back out to customers. And the key thing to get is that it's a value-add service. It's the critical bridge between the people who make things and, well, us, the people who buy them. In the past, things were messy. Every single supplier would ship their products directly to hundreds of different retailers. Just try to imagine the chaos. Countless trucks, probably half full, just crisscrossing the country, clogging up traffic, and pumping out CO2. It was so incredibly inefficient. The modern solution, on the other hand, is just so much smarter. All those different suppliers send their goods to one central logistics hub. And from there, fully loaded, consolidated shipments go out. That one simple change means way fewer trucks on the road, which saves fuel and cuts way down on carbon emissions. It's a win-win.
So, what gives these centers their superpower? What makes them tick? It really comes down to 5 core functions that all work together like a perfectly tuned engine.
Those 5 functions are collection, storage, processing, distribution, and the one that really ties it all together, information systems. So let's break them down one by one.
First up is collection. And this one is pretty straightforward. The logistics center just acts as a central meeting point, gathering up all the products from all of the different manufacturers and suppliers and bringing them into one strategic spot.
Next is storage. But hold on, this is not what you're probably thinking. We're not talking about dusty boxes sitting on a shelf for months. This is all about smart, strategic, and usually pretty short-term holding. Goods are kept ready and waiting for the exact moment they're needed for the next step. Okay, now we get to processing. And honestly, this is where a lot of the real magic happens. This isn't just about moving boxes from A to B, it's about adding value. This could mean picking specific items for your order, creating custom gift baskets, putting on price tags, or even doing some light assembly. Then comes distribution. This is all about 2 things, speed and precision. They use methods like just-in-time delivery, which is just a fancy way of saying items are shipped right before they're needed to make sure products are sent out at the perfect moment. This minimizes waste and maximizes efficiency. And finally, we have what is maybe the most critical function of them all, information systems. This is the digital brain of the whole operation. There's a piece of software called a warehouse management system, or WMS, and it tracks every single item from the moment it arrives to the second it leaves. It is the central nervous system that coordinates everything and makes it all look seamless. So we've got the functions down, but what does all of that actually look like in practice? Let's follow the journey of a single order, your order, from the moment you click buy. It all starts when a product arrives at the center. It's inspected, scanned into that WMS we just talked about, and then put away in a very specific location. When your order comes in, bam! The system alerts a worker, or increasingly a robot, to go and pick that item. From there, it's whisked off to a processing station to be packed up and labeled. And finally, your package is grouped with others heading to your area, it's double-checked, loaded onto a truck, and it's on its way to you. But the journey doesn't always end when the box lands on your doorstep, does it? I mean, we've all been there. The shirt doesn't quite fit, the gadget isn't what you expected. So what happens then? This is where a whole other fascinating field comes into play. Reverse logistics. It's exactly what it sounds like, the entire supply chain just operating in reverse. It handles everything from simple returns that can be put back on the shelf to products that need a quick repair and even items that need to be properly recycled or disposed of. It is a huge, complex, and absolutely vital part of our modern economy.
Okay, so everything we've talked about is pretty much how logistics works right now. But the entire industry is staring down a massive new challenge, one that is forcing it to evolve all over again, and this time in a really dramatic way.
The problem, in one word, is scale. We now have these mega ships that can carry over 15,000 shipping containers, all arriving at our ports. But here's the thing, the ports themselves aren't getting any bigger. They're getting swamped with all this cargo, but they are flat out running out of land.
And the solution is one of those ideas that is both incredibly simple and brilliantly futuristic. If you can't build out, you've got to build up.
There are these innovative new systems like DP World's Box Bay that can store a staggering 12,000 shipping containers on a footprint that would normally hold just a tiny fraction of that. I mean, they're literally building skyscrapers for shipping containers.
This is what the future looks like. Just imagine a massive, high-rise structure where every single one of those containers is placed and retrieved by a completely automated system. No more shuffling containers around for hours just to get to the one at the bottom of the stack. It's instant, it's super efficient, and it saves an incredible amount of space.
And this really brings us to our final thought. Logistics has evolved from simple storage sheds to these intelligent hubs and now to automated skyscrapers, all because it has to keep innovating to keep up with our demands. So the question is, what comes next? As global demand keeps growing, what will the next skyscraper of logistics look like?